to all of the reflectors who are listening today. You are in the right place if you're struggling through a dark night of the soul and you need a little bit of guidance. Personally, I've had a few dark night of the soul experiences, and we're connecting today so that I can share with you some of the wisdom that I've gained from this time. It's my hope and intention that it helps you move through your experience with more ease and more grace. After being in the health industry for 20 years as a naturopath, as well as being a trained human design analyst, I've learned the most effective ways to support physical and emotional well-being, especially during times of chaos. Let's talk about that right now. Firstly, it may be a relief to know that all humans on an evolutionary path will go through a dark night of the soul journey at some stage. As a reflector, it's normal for you to feel disappointed or overwhelmed from processing everyone's energy around you right now. You're already consumed with processing your personal energetic shifts, which is making you feel at capacity. But this may be because you've temporarily forgotten how resilient you are and the deeply powerful energetics that you hold. At your core, you are a great source of wisdom on this planet. And while this sounds maybe unsettling and feels uncomfortable, having a dark night of the soul can actually be a beneficial thing. It's because a dark night of the soul is a type of rebirth. It occurs when you've identified a part of your life or belief system that was keeping you locked or stagnant in your human experience. What you've done is you've recognized, either consciously or unconsciously, with such depth that this experience or belief is outdated for you, that you now have a new truth, which means that an old part of you needs to fade away. Now, this new truth is causing your body, your mind, and your spirit to vibrate at a different frequency. This new frequency can initially feel uncomfortable, especially while your body's cells and emotions are realigning with your new way of being. And that's why physical symptoms and depression often accompany a dark night of the soul. As a reflector, you are prone to fatigue, gallstones, breathing issues, back pain, and joint stiffness if you disconnect from your reflector power for too long. You're also prone to reflecting in your body the health issues of those around you. So it's important to discern what is yours and what is not. Please don't be surprised if these experiences pop up in exaggerated ways during this time while you feel a little bit discombobulated or extra disappointed either in yourself or in others. It's because your physical structure is releasing that which no longer serves you or is even aligned with you. It's a sort of cleansing, which means you have the potential to exit this time with new, stronger, healthier patterns in your cells if you choose. And that's exciting. Let's be clear. No, you are not lost. And no, you are not broken. On the contrary, this is a time for celebration. And this is a time to acknowledge that you are in a period of growth or soul evolution. You are evolving into more of your authentic self. Remember that the discomfort or disappointment you feel during this time is temporary, as change is the only constant on earth. When you realize that your dark night of the soul is here because you are upgrading your physical and energetic navigation system, the less resistant and disappointed you feel about where you are. And the sooner you can feel more surprised and delighted. But only when the timing is correct for you. It's important to remember that your life circumstances do not create your physical reality. It is your state of mind that creates your reality. Therefore, you can navigate from dark to light and from sickness to healing by dreaming, imagining, and thinking about how you want your life to look and feel. Give more attention to that than what you're struggling with, and you will be on an accelerated healing path. There is so much to learn during a dark night of the soul, and if you use it to your advantage, you will be grateful the experience and the gifts that it gave you once it's complete. Here are 3 ways to support yourself during a dark night of the soul. Number 1 is trust. It is vital to trust that where you are in this moment is perfect for you. Trust that everything is always working out for you, regardless of how it looks from a human perspective. Trust that you are never alone and that you can always call on your spirit team, higher self, and guides for support. Trust that you are receiving the upgrades and the downloads that will make your wildest manifestations even more accessible for you. And trust that you're here listening to this recording for a reason. The second way to support yourself during a dark night of the soul is to recognize divine timing. Remember that divine timing is always at play. Divine timing is why you are experiencing your dark night of the soul right now. And divine timing is offering you the tools you need to evolve into a stronger, healthier, happier, more authentic version of you that will emerge into the world soon. You can track this energy to some degree by following the human design and/or astrology transits. These tools reveal how the planetary shifts are impacting Earth, and following them can give you a sense of relief, understanding, and optimism as you traverse your liminal space. Merge these transits with your personal human design soul blueprint or astrology chart, and you may have a deeper awareness of the specific lessons, gifts, and upgrades your dark night of the soul is bringing you and why it's happening now. As a side note, many of my clients find me when they're going through a dark night of the soul. They feel lost, they feel confused, and they feel like they need help and support. And I tell you, each and every time when I look at their human design soul blueprint, we can see how that divine timing is unfolding and how their life and their body is being impacted by this time. This is empowering for my clients. And I encourage you, if you feel called during this time, to seek out a particular practitioner or modality for support. Your soul is guiding you during this time, and you may just find more than support if you follow that through. You may find the next step that you've been looking for in your journey for so long. And the third support tool you have access to is your human design strategy. As a reflector, your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle. It's common to feel lost, numb, or confused during a dark night of the soul. And if this is how you feel right now, connecting more deeply with your reflector strategy of to wait a lunar cycle will help you feel more connected with the core of who you truly are. It will also help your aura to stay strong during the chaos. Right now is the ideal time for you to give yourself the gift of patience. Allow yourself to move through all the emotions that are finding you, especially the unsettling and unexpected ones associated with your dark night of the soul. Remembering that as a reflector, everything you feel is not yours. Also realize that how you feel will change on a daily basis. It's meant to. It's how you're designed at a soul level. While this may feel like a weakness, it's actually one of your reflector superpowers. With this in mind, great questions to ask yourself during a dark night of the soul include: is the darkness I feel mine? Does this darkness or confusion belong to someone else? Am I feeling a combination of my darkness or disappointment and the darkness of those around me? Learn to determine the difference by having the patience to wait and notice how you feel during the course of a lunar cycle, about 28 days or so. This is the most valuable skill you can acquire. Move through your lunar cycle with mindfulness, really tuning into how you feel on a daily basis. Really dive into how it feels to be you. Keep a daily journal, notes, or a video diary about what you're noticing. Every few days or so, you may notice that something you thought was yours was actually not. Allow these things to drop away so that at the end of the lunar cycle, you can be surprised and delighted by the genuine things that are yours and that are here to guide, evolve, and heal you. Aligning with that lunar cycle, which is moving through all those phases of the moon, truly is one of the most empowering skills you can develop this lifetime. This is how you develop a deeper admiration for the immense power that you hold as a reflector. Drop the expectation that you want to feel the same every single day and live in a way that's predictable. Because the longer you hold this expectation, the more unwell and unhappy you may become. Let your dark night of the soul show you how you can live with more trust, patience, curiosity, flow, and change, as this is the most efficient way to attract the healing, love, flexibility, confidence, and abundance that you crave. The more you can accept your cyclic and flowing energy, learn to wait a lunar cycle, and feel surprised and delighted by what you discover during your lunar cycle, the stronger you will become. But remember, you are already strong. You are capable. You are worthy. And you are loved. The universe is supporting you, and it was synchronicity that guided you here today. Immersing yourself in these words has already created a shift in your vibration that's created a healing within you. Trust me when I say that your reflector energy is preparing to shine bright very soon. And I am so excited for you. I'm also sending you so much love